Hey guys, Vick here and welcome to another review. Today we are reviewing the Kayfun V4 cloned by Infinite, and I got this from Fasttech. Not going to mess you about, there's a lot of these Kayfun 4 clone videos on the YouTubes, so I'm just going to go straight up close, show you it dismantled. I'm actually going to put a different build on it because I want it to work better on this device. Then we're going to come back up top and then I'm going to vape on it. So I'll see you in a sec. Okay guys, here we are up close with the Kayfun clone by Infinite, bought from Fasttech. This is the box. I don't approve of this. This is almost the exact packaging of the real Kayfun 4. That's not cool because that could lead to like some shady vendors passing it off as a genuine Kayfun, which, you know, obviously would be silly to attempt to do, but it you know, to a less experienced vapor it could happen, you know, and they could get ripped off. So packaging's not cool. That's not cool in my personal opinion. In the packaging you get a metal center section, a properly glass center section, you get a plastic bell cap, which we'll talk a bit more about up top. And then you get these you get all your spares and what have you, your classic screwdriver piece, and then you get your standard top and bottom pieces there. Now I don't have any of these on mine because I am rocking mine like this. I don't know why, but I just really like this setup with the big window. I don't know why, but I do. Now, let's take it to bits and see what's cracking off. This could get messy actually. Vapor towel at the ready. At first you've got this drip tip here. And for once in one of my reviews, I'm actually going to say I do really like the drip tip that comes with it. Really pleased with the drip tip. Too many times recently I've not been able to say that. This is the part here where if you've closed off your juice control, perhaps I should do that. If you've closed off your juice control like this, you can actually fill it through that part there just by unscrewing that. And so you've got a nice top fill situation going on, but a properly done top fill with a properly closed off juice channel. So that is very slick. So we'll take that section off. We'll take no prisoners. Very much Kayfun-esque top cap, other than that extra part that comes off. The Kayfun 4 features so many parts, but in practical day-to-day use you don't need to worry about half of the parts. A lot of it just stays the same. That is your plastic jobbins. Put that over there. Let's get rid of some of this juice. Apologies guys, this is just real action stuff guys. This is how it happens. And you know, my up close sections are notoriously bad, so it almost seems a shame to mess with that. So let's put this back together. Okay, cooking on gas now guys. Getting this section off. This is the chamber. The chamber is massive. Absolutely massive. Now I'll just point out as well, if you're using the bell cap you don't have that top section there, so what you need to do is you put this on your bell cap, you screw this onto your bell cap and you squirt your juice down these little holes, and then you stick it on, almost a la Kayfun. So that is your chamber section. Now the chamber section keeps that really good Kayfun flavour. But it does keep that really good Kayfun flavour. One side effect of this type of chamber I've noticed, with it being so one piece, it creates a very loud vape. It's actually very echoey in there. So sometimes it sounds like you're really cooking your juice, but you're not. It's just a sort of, the sound just seems to rattle around that new chamber, which is quite interesting. So don't be alarmed, is what I would say about that. Okay, moving down to this section here, and you can see how I have built it. I originally had it on a mech. I had it on a mech for quite a long time, and on a mech I wanted to allow for voltage drop and battery drop off and everything, and so I made a 0.8 ohm single coil. I used diagonal. I screwed it in diagonally on there, but you can see what you've got in essence is a Kayfun style deck there. Kayfun style deck. The only difference is when I'm wicking it. Oh, my bad. When I'm wicking it now, unlike the original Kayfun where I put them down the sides like that, I used to set them up like that and like that, which is absolutely fine to do, but I actually find myself now, because of the style of this deck and the fact that the chamber locks in and they've just got juice control, I actually stick them up. I actually poke them both up like this, and I thread my top on, and then I push them down. I know a lot of people are doing that anyway, but it really lends itself to that, and not a dry hit to be had in this house at all with this, so that has been good. This is the bottom section. Now you can take it apart further, but as I was saying, you don't actually need to in day-to-day use, so I'm not going to break it all the way down for you guys. This is not the only Kayfun 4 video on the web, it's one of many, but that is it taken apart essentially, guys. So I will see you back up top when I have rebuilt this into a higher ohm coil. See you in a sec. Okay guys, that was the Kayfun 4 up close. Let's get into a few things. Who is this device for? I think it's really important that you don't just jump in and get one of these if you've never had a Kayfun before. If you are currently using a Kayfun, you use a Kayfun general day-to-day or as your main vaping equipment, and your Kayfun's looking a bit tatty, you wanting another one or whatever, then this is going to absolutely float your boat. This is a Kayfun Lite with a lot of improvements. However, if you are vaping on a Subtank, an Atlantis V2, a Maganus, anything like that, and you've not had a Kayfun before, I would hold back. If you've already moved to that sort of volume vaping, then this is a very different vape to those tanks. So I think, you know, it's horses for courses. This is for your mouth to lungers, your you know, the people that like this style of vaping. You know, this was the main style of vaping, and possibly is the main style of vaping. But if anyone is expecting sub-tank volume of vapor or anything like that, you're not going to get it from a Kayfun V4. A lot of the same rules still apply as the original Kayfuns. Ideally, you need all your builds to be over 1 ohm. For me, that's just to do with the way it wicks and the way it builds, and the size of the little chamber that you're working with, and all that stuff. There's only so much cotton you can get in there, so there's only so fast it can wick. And so if you go too low, you basically just take everything that's in that little bit of cotton in one drag, and you go for another, and you've got a dry hit. So for me, you still want to be over 1 ohm. You want that adjustability. I mean, I'm only at I'm on 1.4 ohm coil, and I'm only at 15-16 watts at the moment, and it's vaping like this. And it's just that steady away vape, very relaxing sort of day-to-day work vapey style for me. Got my nice high 12 mg nick in here, and that is how it works. The other rules still apply as well. It still wicks the same in terms of how you set up the wicking. The one difference obviously is you can do dual coils, but again, for me, I think you're going to need that resistance quite high. The threshold I've found is when I put it on a mech. For quite a long time I was rocking it on a mech and it was at 0.8 ohm. And that was just about right. If I'd have gone any lower, I think I would have sucked it dry. But that is just my experience with it. So now I'm on a regulated mod with it. That's why I wanted to up my ohms. So that is where I'm at with it now. So the little quick vape. Okay, so let's just get into the pluses and minuses of this mod. The airflow adjustment, I didn't show you up close, I'm really sorry about that, but basically you take the bottom piece off, you put a screwdriver down and you turn it right for tight, left for loose. That is fine, it does adjust fine and everything, but that's not the ideal way to adjust airflow, so that has to go in as a negative. In terms of the airflow, compared to previous Kayfuns, you can make it more open, and it does have 4 entry holes as well. But effectively, it's still going up that tiny hole ultimately, and up that tiny chamber. So it's still effectively a mouth to lung. You can sort of slipstream a lung hit if you need to, but again, I think you'd be using it wrong if you're doing that. So you can open it out a lot more. There's a lot more adjustment, which is good. But the way you adjust it has to go down as a slight negative, I'm afraid. The packaging of this clone, I don't approve of that. Talked about that up close. And it's not a negative, but it's something you have to bear in mind, is it has to suit your vape style, this type of tank. And again, the fact that you can't really do super low ohms, you can't open that airflow out, and you can't go really low ohms and use it differently. You can't suddenly start producing big clouds with this, which is not what anyone was expecting or anything, but again, I just want you to be aware of that. The positives are the flavour is still there, the flavour is still Kayfun good. It's a very Kayfun styled vape, and the flavour is still very good. The airflow, the fact you can adjust it now is good. There's a much bigger spectrum of how you can adjust it compared to previous Kayfuns, which is good. The way you refill it is good. You can take this top section off, lock the juice flow first, and take this section off. That is all really good. It's a really clever way of locking the juice flow, and I really like that. So refilling it is good. The price of this clone, I've got to tell you, that is as a positive. The Infinite Kayfun is almost £100 cheaper than the authentic Kayfun. I've got to mention that. I really like the drip tip. I have not liked a stock drip tip for ages, so it's really refreshing to get a drip tip that I like. And looks, we've got all those different looks options, and I really like the look of it in this format. I really like the looks of this tank. And another positive, of course, you got those 2 extra screws, so you can do a dual coil if you're feeling adventurous. For me, it's just perfect like this though. A single microcoil at 1.4 ohms on a regulated device, and I think you're laughing. Great flavour, really good flavour, guys. So that is it. I really like this Kayfun V4. I'm a big Kayfun fan. I'm staring at 2 other Kayfuns over there. This is another Kayfun, and I really like it. I really like the improvements, really like the looks. It's super easy to use, super easy to build on. Flavour is still excellent. The airflow is better. The airflow options are good. I really like the Kayfun V4. If you are thinking about the authentic, go for it, jump on it. If you're a clone person, the Infinite one I can recommend, but I can't recommend all the others. I haven't tried them. Vaping with Vick has a different version of Kayfun for clone, so maybe go check out his video, compare it to this and see which one seems like the better clone. I've no idea, I haven't had a chance to check that one out yet, but I know he has done one. So be careful which one you get in. The only one I can actually vouch for is the Infinite one, and that's because it's the only clone I've used. Okay, thank you very much for watching. See you again really soon. Got the Axis mod next, and then a vlog. See you soon.